What's up and good morning. It's another beautiful sunny day here in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's about 8:35 a.m. and I've got another quick and dirty live session for you. I want to talk to you today about why your nutrition and exercise efforts may not be yielding results point blank period. Why isn't it working? I've been doing this for a decade, online specifically since 2014, and I'm going to give you my top reasons why your program isn't working. Before I get into that, I got to pay the bills really quickly, y'all, because this is what I do for a living. So I'm currently enrolling for my 15-week signature program for midlife women. It's called Women's Liberation Movement. If you're a woman in midlife going through that menopausal transition, you're feeling a little confused, you don't feel at home in your body, you feel like nothing's working, no pun intended, you feel like nothing's working, this could be the program for you. It's exercise, nutrition, concierge online fitness, and I'm going to help you get back in touch with your body, help you reestablish a great relationship with your body, and help you build your healthiest body that you can without counting calories, without counting macronutrients or weighing or measuring food. If that program sounds like it might be a good fit for you, DM me the word live, Live. We'll have a short chat, see what works, and we'll take it from there. But let's get into the subject matter. Why aren't I getting results, Red? My fitness routine, my nutrition routine is not working. What gives? Do I need to know some wizardry, some magic? Is there a detox or a pill or a potion you can give me? Let's break that down, because there's about three to five reasons why I see people's sort of fitness routine not working, not yielding results. Now, when I say working, what do I mean, right? Because working can mean a lot of different things. Working could mean that you're not losing body fat if that's your goal. Not working could mean you're not building muscle. Not working could mean that you're not getting stronger. You don't feel healthier. You're not developing a better relationship with food. Food is still confusing. Food still holds some power over you where you're fearful of your food choices. So the first reason that I see wellness routines, fitness programs not working, and this is going to sound really basic and simple, but it's the absolute truth. You're just not patient enough, right? You're not patient enough because of the onslaught of social media imagery. We have a tendency now to think that we can absolutely shift the course of our wellness in the course of 7 days, right? They've got 7-day fast and 21-day fixes and 30-day challenges and 15-week programs. And we have the expectation that we're going to combat 20 years of unhealthy behavior choices with 7 days of going hard, right? Speaking of hard, you also got 75 hard. We don't understand the timeline associated with changing a human, and that's not great language. I don't want to say changing him. We don't understand the timeline created with evolving as a human. There's a post that I've seen quite regularly on the internet since I've been on it. I think it says it's an African proverb. Somebody named Kenny might have written it in his dorm room. But I like the context of the post because it says, do not walk 10 miles into the forest and expect to walk out in 5. I'm going to repeat that really quickly. Do not walk 10 miles into the forest and expect to walk out in 5 miles. What that means is you got to give yourself at least half the amount of time it took to get into your situation to get out of it. It's not going to be short, very much shorter than the amount of time you spend on it. So the number one reason why these programs, why people aren't getting results, is because they have an expectation of some hurried methodology that's going to solve things in the absence of diligent work over a generous portion of time. Realistically, if you're looking at a situation where you want to develop muscle, particularly for women, and that's the population I serve. I work with women in midlife. If you want to develop muscle, you want to build lower body muscle, or you want to build muscle tone in your arms, et cetera, you're looking at years worth of exercise and nutrition. Years. Now, there are ways to do it in shorter periods of time, but for most of you out there whose job is not building muscle, you look at somebody that's going to be in a movie, in an action movie or something. Well, that's their job. They're leaning into extreme methodologies to make that physical change happen in a shorter amount of time, because quite frankly, the studio has a shooting schedule. They have to get this done in a certain amount of time, and the extremes that they're going to are otherworldly. I saw the actress that was in the movie Woman King, Viola Davis, the lead actress from the ABC show How to Get Away with Murder. I saw her in an interview talking about what they were put through physically in order for these women who were playing Dahomey warriors, what they were put through physically and nutritionally to make those bodies happen in time for filming the actual movie. And it's terrible. She recalled it with horror. She talked about how beat up her body felt. She talked about how arduous a task it was, how hard they worked 6 to 8 hours a day for months and months at a time, because they were forcing these bodies to change in a short period of time. And you'll notice that most stars don't sustain that muscular body afterwards. It doesn't add up. So you've got to give yourself more time to make happen what you want to happen. And one of the number one reasons why people aren't able to get great results from their training and their nutrition is because they're just unwilling to give their body, their life, their brain, their soul enough time to evolve. I read a quote a long time ago that said, long-term change favors evolution, not revolution. And all that means is that change is going to fade in over the course of being consistently involved in the process that helps you to evolve. You're not going to force it in 30 days or 21-day fix it or 75-day hard it. You've got to stay at it for a significant amount of time. Start thinking about your wellness protocols in terms of years, not weeks. I know coaches like me go on the internet and say, hey, I've got a 15-week program. In my case, the idea for what I'm doing is educating you and helping you lay down the foundation of habit to the extent that you're able to sustain it after that time period is over and maintain it in perpetuity. I don't want you to keep going with it. I want to teach you another way of being that lasts your lifetime, that's not so difficult and rushed and overwhelming that you can't sustain it after you've gone through the process that I've taught you. So that's the number one reason why your program's not working. You haven't given it enough time to work. You're not Amazon Prime, right? Your body's not going to show up the next day. The second reason why most people can't get results from their training program is they just literally just don't know what they're doing. You're hopping from workout to workout, doing one thing that looks cool one day, and then the next day you go on social media, you see another thing that looks cool, so you do that for a while. You're bouncing around with your methodology, and you're not giving your body enough stimulus for a long enough period of time for your body to actually change. If all of you had this experience, probably you're in the swimming pool, bathtub, you're in it for a long time, maybe you're spending all day at the pool, and what happens to your fingertips? They wrinkle, right? Have you noticed that your fingertips don't wrinkle when you wash your hands, right? You don't get wrinkly fingers from washing your hands. And why is that? It's because your body hasn't had to adjust to the stimulus long enough. The stimulus is water on your hands. And as I understand it, your fingertips wrinkle so you can grip things underwater if you need to save your life. I don't know if that's exactly why. That's what I read on National Geographic. But you haven't had that stimulus long enough for your body to adapt to it. It's something called the SAID principle, specific adaptation to imposed demands. And if you break that down and rewind it and take it apart, what it means is your body will specifically adapt, specifically change based on what you ask it to do, but you've got to maintain the thing that you're asking it to do. For instance, go outside and it's hot, your body's going to sweat. because your body wants to return to a balance. It wants to adapt to things that are going on around it. In this case, it wants to cool itself off. So you perspire, and as the water evaporates from your skin, the sweat evaporates from your skin, it cools your body down. The opposite happens. You go outside and it's bitterly cold, right? Your body starts to shiver uncontrollably because your body wants to return to a balance. Homeostasis is the $100 word here. Your body wants to return to balance, and in an effort to get back up to the temperature that it wants to be, 98.6, it will involuntarily shake to raise your body temperature. Well, that's your body adapting to a stimulus. Your body adapting to an imposed demand. The demand at that point is that you warm us up. The demand, if you're going outside when it's super hot, is that you cool us down. And there are specific things and movements that change your body in specific ways. Your coach is supposed to have a good enough understanding of how the body adapts to certain exercises so that you can give your coach a list of things that you want to have happen, and they program your exercise in a way that your body is going to want to adapt to those things, and the adaptation matches what you want to have happen to your body. Now, this is within reason. There is genes are involved, right? No matter how many times I jump towards a basket, I'm not going to dunk like Michael Jordan. First of all, I'm 5'7" tall. That's not the only reason, but there's a certain set of physical gifts that he was born with, and he adds work to those gifts to yield a definitive result. But if I jumped every day, I would eventually be able to jump higher. My body would adapt if I kept jumping towards that basket to try to dunk. The musculature in my legs, the core strength that I needed, it would increase towards bettering me at doing that thing. That's the same way exercise works. For that matter, it's kind of the same way that nutrition works, right? You're doing a certain thing repetitively on purpose, not randomly, to create a specific result. The SAID principle, specific adaptation to impose demand. So the second reason that you're not getting results is you're not writing out a way of doing things that's in line with the type of result that you want to get. I see it all the time. People tell me, hey, I want to be more muscular. So I'm going to go out and run long distance every day. Well, if you look at the Olympics and you look at the sprinters' bodies, right, versus the distance runners' bodies versus a marathoner, you see there's two totally different adaptations to what they do. The sprinter, short burst, explosive, not long distances, much more muscular. The distance runner, long sustained cardiovascular conditioning, building endurance, more thin. That's the specific adaptation to the imposed demands that they're putting on their body, and you need to know what things do what things to your body in the context of your training program. Random exercise is fun. I endorse it if you like to do it, because I don't decide what you want to do with your body. That's your decision. And if you're moving, I think that's amazing. I think anything that gets you off the couch and gets you more movement is amazing. But if you want a specific result from what you're doing, you need to do a very specific thing. Furthermore, you need to understand which specific thing you need to do and for how long. Hopefully that's what your coach is doing. Excuse me. And helping you through that process. But the second reason why people just don't get great results is they don't know which activity connects to the results that they'd like to get. So they just end up doing a bunch of random things, hopping around. One day you do this thing, one day you do the next thing, and that leads to random opportunity, really no opportunity, to change your body in any specific way. I mean, you'll develop more endurance because you're exercising, right? You may develop more bone density because you're exercising, but the specific thing that you want to have happen has to be very closely connected to a specific methodology. And if you revisit number one, when I said the first reason why people don't get results, that needs to be connected to that methodology for an extended period of time, Probably longer than you think. How long will it take? Longer than you think. Right? That's the only appropriate answer. How long till I start? Longer than you think. So keep going. Take that question out of your mind and enter into this question: how well can I become the type of human that consistently does this regardless of the immediacy of the results? That's the question that you want to ask. How can I be the type of person that does this as a part of their life? Not how quickly can I do something in a short period of time to make myself, to develop a temporary result. So, second reason, out of here. Third reason. The third reason why I see people not getting the results that they want is because they can't deal with the boredom, right? There's a monotony to excellence that most people do not want to admit to. Now, let me say this. When I'm working with a client, I'm considering myself an Uber driver. And one of the first things that I'm going to say is, where would you like to get to? And is there urgency in arriving there, right? Let's say I'm an Uber driver taking you to the airport. For most of the people that hire me, they don't want to take the scenic route to the airport. They've got a flight time. They're trying to get there. So the things that I'm giving them are absolutely 100% in line with making that thing happen as expediently as possible. Don't confuse that with what I said about number one. There's an amount of time that it's going to take to do these things. But when I say as expediently as possible, they don't want to be distracted by things for fun, right? They've got a mission. And whether it's a 3-month mission, a 6-month mission, a year-long mission, they did not get in my car to take the scenic route to the airport. They got in my car because they have the flight booked. They need to arrive at the airport on time. They need to make that flight. Conversely, sometimes someone will get in my car and say, I was visiting here. This is my home. I'm going back to where I live now, and I haven't visited here in like 20 years. Before we go to the airport, can you take me this scenic route so I can see some of the places that I used to hang out as a child? My last parent passed away. I don't think I'll be back here anytime soon, and I just like to reminisce with that drive. Sweet, right? Effectively, what they're saying is, Ren, I just want to get back into the swing of fitness. I really want to enjoy it. Let's explore some different things, find some things that I enjoy so I can start to integrate those things into my life. I want to bring the joy of fitness back, and I want to explore a lot of things with you. What kind of ideas do you have? Entertain me. I am all for entertainment, right? All for it. Typically, when people get in my Uber, they don't ask to take the scenic route. So I am singular-minded in getting them to the airport on time. Because of that, my primary goal is not that you're entertained. My primary goal is that you get to the airport. Because of that, there's less scenery along the route. We might take some back alleys to get there. So the third reason why people don't get the results that they get is they can't deal with the monotony of what's required to reach excellence in terms of results. You always have a choice as a client. You always have a choice as a person working out. You get to decide whether you want to be more entertained and have more fun along the course of your wellness journey, or if you want to be more direct and more specific in terms of yielding results, discernible, determinable results. And if you're that second person, you need to expect that your workout routine is going to be somewhat repetitive. You're going to do a lot of the similar things repetitively at the same time over and over. And this is how you develop excellence. Most of what you see on social media that's presented by anyone with a physique that you may admire particularly is the entertainment that they're able to provide based on monotonous, consistent, boring methodology that they use. Our workouts typically don't change that much. I mean, you're looking at the basics here of push and pull, squat and hinge, core work, carrying, and maybe some rotation, also some plyometrics, right? And what we're trying to do is stimulate certain muscles in certain ways, and because of that, things get really repetitive. I've been working out since I was 15 years old. I'm 50 now. The thrill is gone, and I've repeated so many similar workouts over the course of my life. I'm changing them on a 4 to 6 week basis, but there's not a lot of brand new, innovative, never before seen exercise. Now, there's a lot of brand new, innovative, never before seen crap sold on social media. It fails people all the time, but this is how people get trapped in that, because it's hard to tolerate the monotony that leads to excellence in any area of your life. Whether it's Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or LeBron James shooting 100 jump shots before a game and even after a game, so their skills are sharp. Whether it's John Bon Jovi singing the same songs for the last 30 years, great songs, because that's what people want to hear at concerts. Can you imagine how monotonous that is, to sing a song that you wrote 30 years ago repetitively because everybody wants to hear it at a concert, and singing it as if you've just written it and are incredibly excited about it, but you're not. There's a monotony to that excellence. Whether it's a comedian working their stand-up material in small club after small club after small club over and over and over in 5 to 6 nights a week until they actually perfect the delivery of an overall special that appears on Netflix quite often. And James Clear talks about this in his book, Atomic Habits. He asked an Olympic coach, what's the separator between people who are excellent and people who are sort of mediocre? And he says, without question, it's their tolerance of boredom. Doing the thing repetitively in a way that leads to excellence, mind-blowing excellence. It's not an entertaining journey. So that's the third reason why most people don't get to what they want to get to. Bonus fourth reason, I'll throw this out there, and it's just your mindset, right? You can't hate your way into excellence in terms of your fitness and nutrition. You can't hate your way into this type of change. It needs to come from a positive place. It can't come from a fearful, hateful, disgusted place. You're not going to be able to generate those results that you want. Your body hears what you say to it because you're a part of your own body. Your mindset matters. The energy, positive or negative with which you approach your exercise and nutrition. You can't be a know-it-all. You can't complain about everything that's a little bit difficult. You got to meet it with a certain amount of enthusiasm and vigor. And your mindset absolutely matters. That could actually be number one on the list. So that's my list of things that you might want to consider when you feel as if your wellness protocol, your fitness and exercise, nutrition routine isn't working. These could be the key reasons, the number one reasons, as I've seen over the course of being an online fitness professional for the last 10 years, why it might not be working. I've got to pay the bills one more time. Again, I'm currently enrolling for my 15-week signature program, the Women's Liberation Movement. It's a program designed for women in midlife. If you're taking that menopausal journey, why not work with a certified personal trainer, certified corrective exercise specialist, and nutrition coach that also has 3 different certifications in menopause to help you apply the science, understand better what's going on with your body, and choose exercise and nutrition that actually works with your current hormonal profile. That sounds like something that would be a benefit to you. My enrollment ends on Sunday. Orientation week starts Monday, July 1st. DM me the word live, L-I-V-E. We'll have a quick chat, see if we can set up an appointment so that we can see if this program might be a good fit for you and what you'd like to get accomplished. Until next time, let's keep it simple. Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube. Until next time, Instagram, let's keep it simple. Facebook, have a day. Just have a whole day. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk